be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot. I be beaming.
Hey, what's the deal, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. It is Rhonda. It's the middle of the week. We are powering through. And y'all see who it is. I got a guest today. It's Keela. She is here by popular demand, and she is also a part of the finale part 9. If this is your first time at the channel, I want to welcome you. Pull up a seat. Hope you enjoy the content. Before we get into the food, I want to ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please hit the bell. You will be notified when new videos drop, premieres are scheduled, or when I go live. All right? Y'all ready? I know y'all ready. I know y'all are. Look at you just smiling. Anyways. So she is a part of part 9. We're at the finale of the series. So it's coming to an end. Finito. All right. So where did we leave off at? We left off where I didn't even talk about the food, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm a distraction. You see that, ladies?
Lord. Y'all, I hope I'm saying this. I hope I say everything right. Okay, we have some, like, imagine a cold day. It was cold. It's getting chilly out here in Cali, believe it or not. We got some tomato soup, and inside of it we have some Parmesan and some Asiago cheese with some green onions and some cilantro. I don't know if you can see any of that. Can you see that? It's still hot. It's still steaming. And we have grilled cheese. Our grilled cheese is on challah bread. Hope I'm saying it right. Challah bread. It's all golden and everything. So inside of it we have sharp cheddar cheese. We have Parmesan Asiago cheese in there as well. So that's the food, and that's what we eating today. So I done messed up my whole format. Okay, so let's eat a little bit first, and then we'll get into the story.
Give you a moment.
Yeah.
Capture your thoughts.
I know I had to get myself together, y'all. Like, y'all know how to act. I don't have no guests on here like that. Well, I had a couple.
They ain't meet up. You feel me?
Lord.
It's just what I needed.
This soup is good. I wonder if y'all could. Got a piece of cheese on it. Can y'all see that sting?
You gotta feed them, right?
You gotta feed the GPs. They hungry too. I want to know how you feel about that. You like it? The soup is definitely not homemade. It's like the Candace doctors up a little bit. Added some pepper, some herbs. Added the cheese. I tried some avocado. That's what I really wanted.
That would have been good. That would have been good.
This bread is good. I've never had challah bread before. I don't know if it's challah or challah. Y'all tell me.
I ain't spell it.
C-H-A-L-L-A. Egg challah bread. But it might be challah or challah. I don't know.
Guess we can go either way.
Yeah. This video drops on Wednesday. Tonight. We'll be going to see Lauryn Hill and Her. That's gonna be fun.
If you haven't seen Her before, treat yourself. She's amazing live. I've also seen Lauryn before as well, but she was just okay to me. And of course she was late. Like a lot of her songs that we're familiar with, she like remixed all of them, and they have more of a Jamaican vibe. But I mean, she's Lauryn Hill. But
I saw her when Miss Education first dropped.
Right, so you seen her at her prime.
Oh yeah.
But hers phenomenal.
She is dope.
I thought she was just a singer, but she's like a true musician.
We saw her. We're gonna see her again. We saw her before, right? So it's our second time seeing her. So that'll be good. Shout out to our friend Queen Candy Cole. She's gonna be there with us as well. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's get into the story time because I feel like it might be kind of long, and y'all know how I feel about long videos. So if this is your first time at the channel, this is a story of a series of stories over the course of me liking women, my relationships with women, and we're reaching the finale. If you have not seen the series, please go to the playlist. There is one on the channel with all of the stories prior to this one, including this one as well. So get caught up, watch it again, and yeah, right. So leaving off on part 8 was me kicking Nikki to the curb. Nikki got to go. Nikki done signed an agreement to get up off this apartment. It is time for you to go. Okay? So in the midst of all of this, I started going to grief counseling because I actually thought I was taking my mom to grief counseling to, you know, because my grandmother passed away. But it turns out I needed grief counseling too. So I signed up and it was like group grief counseling. And this is around the same time that Keela and I she invited me to a concert. Is that what it was? Right?
Floetry concert. I had an extra ticket.
No. We already got past the Floetry concert part. Oh. I included that. So yeah, we hung out. I saw you then. But then like we hung out again like that Friday. Remember?
Oh.
So it was a local artist that we both enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
She invited me to see this local artist that we both like. Yeah, Kenyon Dixon. Mm-hmm. I'm like, cool. I told her, she knew how I felt about my relationship. It was pretty obvious I didn't mess with Nikki like that. I didn't like her like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I also told her I broke up with her. Remember, I was like, you know what? I can't do this no more. I'm like, I'm about to break up with her. I was like, I can't do this.
I told her to work it out.
Oh, yeah, she was very supportive.
Like, make sure you exhaust all your avenues before you walk away.
But I was over it, y'all. Like, I was good. Because in my mind, I was like, I just can't do it. It's just too toxic. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, we go out, we hang out, and I have a really good time. Like, we have fun. And let me back up a little bit before. Keela and I have known each other since like 2005. But it's never been like that between us. Right. We just like knew we had mutual friends, basically.
We had mutual friends. We had mutual exes.
Like our exes knew each other?
Our exes knew each other.
Yeah. So, but it was, I thought she was a beautiful woman, obviously, but it was never like that. Mm-hmm. She was always cool. We were never really close. Mm-hmm. And we never just hung out one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? So when this whole thing presented itself, and it was like, okay, you know, she's beautiful. Let's just kind of hang out. I didn't have any expectations. I mean, I would have loved to be with somebody like her because I knew she had her stuff together, but I still wasn't sure. So we hung out. We saw Kenyon perform, and it was a great time.
We hung out till like 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Sitting up
talking and stuff. Mm-hmm. It was a good time.
It was. We had a great time. I was like, okay, it was cool. And then from there on out, you guys we kind of fell into this rhythm of like hanging out every Friday. Friday ended up being our date night.
Yep.
Every single Friday. There were a lot of adjustments I had to make along the way because Keela was a lot different than the other women I had dealt with. Women I dealt with before were always available, like ready to talk on the phone, just hella available. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even get in touch with her. Okay, seriously, y'all. I knew I was gonna see her on Friday, but I couldn't get in touch with her. She wouldn't return my text messages. She would never answer the phone when I would call.
Never.
I called you a few times before you answered.
No, that's not true.
What?
Every Wednesday I called her for her to follow up on her grief counseling session.
We got to that point. It didn't start off like that.
You know what? She
right. Exactly. She was ignoring my calls previously. So we had been hanging out for a few weeks, and you were like, okay, you're in grief counseling. Let me check on you. So we did get to that point. But prior to that, y'all, I didn't talk to her all week. So when I saw her on Friday and was like, how are you? She really could tell me because I had no idea.
We had so much to talk about.
We did. We had everything to talk about. So that was cool. Like, that was different. And this is also my first time dating. I've never dated anybody before. I just kind of ended up in these relationships, you know? So that was really nice. Change of pace. Did I cut you off? It was nice, you know what I mean? So, dates on Friday nights. She starts calling me on Wednesdays. We start talking more. Asking a lot of questions, just getting used to each other, you know, because I've never dated before, like I said, but this is somebody that I knew, so it was just not weird, but it was like, are we attracted to each other? Like, is this a thing? You know? And I know you had your kind of reservations about that a little bit, right?
About what?
About
Being
us?
attracted to you?
Well, not that. I mean, obviously I'm fine, but I'm just kidding.
The people know.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just joking.
She fine, y'all. She know it.
No, don't say that, because then it makes me seem like I'm gonna have a big head. I don't have a big head.
She don't.
No.
They know how humble you are.
Okay. Anyways, you guys. So I'm saying, like, you know, it was just, you know, crossing that line of somebody that you've only seen
cool.
one way.
Yeah, we've been cool for so many years, and then now here we are, like, starting to flirt with each other. And
Yeah. And she was into a bunch of stuff that I had always wanted to do but never did before, you know? Like, we went to plays. We were going to all kind of events, and people, you know, the women I was with, y'all heard the stories. We was in the house with beer, Hennessy, wings. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't going on no damn dates. So to really get out the house, do the things I've always wanted to do, and the things I've always loved and explore, and, you know, LA has a lot to offer. So it was nice to finally get out and do those things, and I enjoyed her company, you know, because we didn't hang out enough for me to know if I enjoyed her or not. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, I could get used to this. You know what I'm saying? I could really get used to this. So we started hanging out, and I would say like a couple months in, you know, I knew that we both were attracted to each other. I will say this, that I would say 2 or 3 months in, we were still going out every Friday. No matter what was going on in our lives, we still hung out. And
every Friday.
I will say that sex was off the table for us. Are you comfortable with saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to check. So sex was off the table for us because we wanted to make sure that we weren't caught up in lust. And
I definitely wanted to do things differently. I definitely didn't want to get caught up in lust, to get caught up in a U-Haul situation.
Okay.
I think everybody's been there, and I really wanted to focus on the right things this time. So we didn't discuss things such as salaries.
Which y'all circle back around to.
We didn't discuss salaries. We didn't talk much about religion. Just the things that usually kind of are discussed early on. Like, I wanted to avoid that this time so that I could really focus on the person and not the things around the person, including sex. So yeah, sex was off the table.
But mind y'all, she didn't tell me that it was off the table. We just didn't have sex. I mean, but sex is definitely a distraction. So
hella distraction.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, previous experience that I've had. Like, I didn't want to be bothered with that, y'all.
No, I feel you. It complicates things, and you let people get by with too much stuff when sex is on the table. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you get blinded.
You do. That's what I'm saying.
You get blinded. What? What'd you say?
Keep eating.
Oh yeah.
She don't do this, y'all. So. Like I put my my spoon down too, and was like, got so into the conversation. But okay, so now fast forward, we hanging out, and we get to a point where I haven't met her friends. Her life is like almost a mystery to me, y'all. Like I know she got a gang of friends. She talk about them. Sometimes she say their names. Sometimes she don't. Like, she's secretive. Not secretive, but like mysterious. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, like, what's up?
I'm a private person in general, but I really feel like it's a privilege and an honor to meet my friends that I've known pretty much my whole life. And again, I don't want to bring nobody around that's not going to be around for a while. So if we're dating, let us get to know each other first. If I see that this is going somewhere, then I'll introduce you to my friends.
Okay, so we started hanging out in like June. I met her friends in December, y'all. Like, she had met all my friends. She done met my family. She done met everybody at this point.
The kids.
She done met everybody, right? So I finally meet her friends. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this thing is moving in the right direction. Then I kind of have like a meltdown shortly after that. Like, what are we doing? Because we were just going with the flow. We didn't really say we were dating. I never asked about other people because I did not care. Yeah, she didn't ask me. I didn't ask her, but I knew what we had, you know. And I'm like, I feel like this could be a thing, but like, still, what are we doing though, you know?
Right. We never talk about other people. Our time on Fridays was our time. You know, between Wednesday and Friday. And it was, like you said, it wasn't important, especially since sex wasn't on the table. So, yeah, that's just how I see it.
Yeah. So December rolls around. I get all in my feelings, y'all. Like, I'm sensitive about it. Like, what are we doing? I need to talk about it now. Like, okay, I think I let enough time go by. And then shortly after that, I invited her on a trip with my friends. We went to Mexico. I invited her to Mexico, and I wasn't sure if she was going to say yes, but she did. And
it was a great trip.
We had fun. Then you realize that we could travel together. You know, you could see each other differently. Everything was just different after Mexico, honestly. Like, I felt like it was time for us to now progress into a relationship, to be honest with you. What?
Nothing.
What? You feel like you want to say something?
Nothing. I'm just... Listen, I'm very much... I date. This one had never dated before, so I wasn't rushing into nothing. But Mexico was lit. Like, the way that I got along with her friends, like, that felt amazing. We had such a good time. Wasn't no arguments, wasn't
no drama,
no saltiness, wasn't no drama, wasn't nothing. Like, we had an amazing trip.
We did. We had a good time. We had a really good time. So things felt different. So that was January. Then February rolled around, y'all. Now, I'm deeper in my feelings. Like, man, this could really be something. So I done messed around. And I'm like, I'm gonna ask this girl to be my girlfriend at some point. So I done wrote her a poem. Okay. She done took me all the way back because I hadn't wrote poetry in a long time. So I wrote a poem just to be writing it, and she takes me out for my birthday. I took her out for her birthday in December, right? She a Sag, y'all. Are you okay with me saying that?
I mean, at this point.
Well, I could edit it out. So something I see.
Sag gang.
Okay.
Bang, bang.
So she's a Sag. I'm an Aquarius. So we went out for her birthday. We had a great time for her birthday. We did something really big for her birthday. Because I wanted to not impress her, but just show her, like, this is how it could be, you know?
No, I was impressed.
So she told me that she wanted to drive a real race car, you guys, on the racetrack. So I
said that one time.
And I went ahead and got everything together for her to be able to do it. And she had a great time. We had so much fun for her birthday. God. We had a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
I was so excited. And I came in second place.
She did good. She did really good. So we enjoyed that.
Yes.
Then my birthday rolls around. I don't really know what. I know she got something planned, but I don't really know what. And y'all, she really set it off for my birthday. Surprised me with an escape room with my friends. Took me to a really nice high-end hookah lounge out here in LA.
Oh yeah, it's closed now.
It is closed, but Lotus was dope. We went to Lotus. But let me tell y'all something that was like really the biggest part for me. I know this may seem really small, but when you don't receive certain things for a long time, it becomes such a big deal. She brought out this custom-made cake, you guys. It had like a movie reel on it. It had my picture on it. It was this beautiful cake that was well thought out. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn. Like, nobody has bought me a cake since my parents. Like, none of my relations, all these women I done ran through that y'all done heard about, not one of them ever bought me a cake. Not one of them. So, that really meant a lot to me. So, here I am with this poetry. I got this poem. I was supposed to ask to be my girlfriend in March. But that night I asked her.
She pulled the trigger, y'all.
I did. I had to. So, then I just messed it up, y'all. Because what happened was, now is
back to back.
It's our anniversary.
I be confused every February, y'all.
So it goes our anniversary, my birthday, and Valentine's are all in 1 week. It's all the same week.
Every February I be overwhelmed, okay?
Yeah.
Trying to like figure out what are we gonna
do. So it's a lot. I could have waited, but I didn't.
Yes.
So we got together and things have been good. I mean, luckily I was open to trying things differently. So no sex, dating, being open to the fact that she's not available because she has her own life, her own career, her own responsibilities going on. So that was one. And then we get in this relationship, but things are just going well. Like we start traveling together. She opened my mind to traveling, you guys, because before her, I thought I could only go to Vegas. I don't know why, but because I didn't travel growing up. But we done been all kind of places, y'all. We done been to Cuba, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, like just a lot of beautiful places that she opened my mind to, and I appreciate her changing my perspective on life, you know, and my mindset. And let me tell you about the finance though, because now let me circle back around to that part. So she didn't know how much money I made, okay? Now, mind you, on our dates and stuff though, I was like paying for a lot of stuff.
Man,
I was paying for a lot of stuff. What?
baby was rolling out the red carpet.
I was really going all out on our dates. You know, I feel like I was investing in my future. That's how I looked at it. So, what?
That's a hell of a way to put it, but
That's how I looked at it though.
Amen.
All right, so I was pulling out all the stops for our date nights, for real. Like, y'all, whatever we wanted to do, we was gonna do it. It was gonna go hard, right? So we had these great date nights, and we're finally together, officially together, brand new in our relationship, and it's Valentine's Day. I take her to San Diego. We sitting at dinner at this restaurant, Seasons 52. We sitting there talking, and I was interviewing for this job. So she asked me what the salary was, and I told her. And she was like, well, I mean, you should be making it already anyway. And I was like, nah. So the job that I was interviewing for was $15,000 higher than I was already making, right? So she was like, well, okay, well, if you're not making it, how much are you making? So I tell her how much money I make, y'all. I was like, hey. And so at the time, y'all, I was so, and not even in, there were definitely moments when I felt intimidated. I'm not afraid to say that, because I never had a woman that had a career. You know what I'm saying? Like, people barely had jobs, let alone a career. And she was making like $30,000, $35,000 more than me. And I knew that because I was helping her with some stuff for a job search. And when I found that out, I was like,
That's the money she knew about, though.
oh. Anyway.
That's from my one job.
Anyway. Don't kick me when I'm down, okay? So, yeah, so I knew she made a significant amount more than me, you guys. And what it was is that Keela had one conversation with me where she just told me I was coasting. She's like, it's cool, you got a job, you got an apartment, you got a car, you work from home. Okay, this is cool, this is cute. But you've been working here way too long.
That ain't it.
What? Oh, what I was doing?
Yeah, what she was doing. That wasn't it.
We had one conversation, y'all. I packed up my shit and moved to a whole nother city. I moved across a couple of counties and got my stuff together, you know, because I needed somebody to tell me that. The women I dealt with before didn't have any goals, no ambition. So me having that job where I was a dead-end job on top of that, that was cute. That was good enough for them, because it was enough to get us by, basically. But she kicked me in the butt, y'all. She did, and I got myself together, and
She did. I respect that.
Yeah. I'm doing much better now.
Much better. She's
Much
doing
better.
like double what she was doing.
Yeah, I am. Like, I have honestly stepped into my potential because somebody pushed me, gave me a nudge. You know what I'm saying? Like, pushed me out of my comfort zone. Gave me that shake that I needed. You know what I'm saying? We all need that every now and then. I didn't have nobody to do that, you know, because what I was doing looked good on paper. I look good on paper. But the reality of it is I could be doing way more, and now I am. So I'm really grateful for that. Man. And I wanted to say there's something about our relationship that works really well for us. You know, obviously we're not going to go through everything in our relationship. It's just like how our relationship is set up. What are some of the things you think that works for us?
I think one thing that works well for us is our communication. I think that's one of our strong suits, is that Rhonda and I have had very heated conversations, but we don't really argue. We get on each other's nerves and stuff like that. That's natural. But like when it's time to like have a discussion, we've had really tough discussions before we were official and afterwards. So I think that's really great that we're able to communicate. Even in times of anger. Me personally, I need a minute to like gather my thoughts, because I don't want to say something that I can't take back. And I'm generally a very calm person, but when I get upset, I'll cut you deep. And that's something I've learned from previous relationships. I don't want to bring that into my current relationship. So I'll be needing a minute, but Rhonda want to talk about things right away. So that was an adjustment that, you know, we had to make. That's one thing that I love about us, is that we are able to communicate about things.
And I think the one thing that works with us well is that we're both the only child. So we also realized that we don't have to do everything together. You know, this is the first relationship I've been in that wasn't codependent. And, you know, Keela has her own life. I have my own life. I have my friends. She has her friends. We come together or not. We do things separately or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it allows me to be able to get, like, she gets back. We're able to maintain our individuality, which is really important. You know?
Very important. I never want to lose that again. I never want to be so wrapped up into somebody that I forget who I am. You know what I mean? It's hard to pick yourself back up. And so being in this relationship has allowed me to still do and enjoy some of the things that I love and spend time with my friends so that I have the balance, but also be equally as nurturing to my relationship. And so that's just one of the plus about being with Rhonda.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I mean, that's obviously a fast overview of our relationship. We've been together now for about 3.5 years or so. 3.5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like I said, relationships don't have to be hard. We make them a lot harder than they need to be. I think when you have the basic elements down packed, then you can pretty much make it through anything. So I just say for anybody out there, don't necessarily be looking. I think that whatever is for you will come to you.
Sure.
It'll come to you. And also, I just want to say be open to something a little bit different and shaking things up a little bit than what you're used to, because that can give you different results.
Yeah, I definitely got a different result.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
You know, between taking sex off the table and not asking too many like invasive questions early on really allowed me to just focus on the things that really matter, which is like her character, you know, dreams and goals and steps that you're taking to get to those things. So that's what's important to me. I'm a very ambitious person. I love learning, and so I'm always growing and trying to better myself, and I just can't be with nobody that's not doing the same. So those are things that I've learned about myself in the past that I wanted to bring to Rhonda's attention, which is why I did, because I didn't want us to end when it could be avoided. And you know, I talked to you about it, and you know, some people get it, some don't, until I'm gone.
Yeah. And that's that, you know, that kind of goes back to that conversation of potential. You know, potential is a risk. Potential is a risk, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might not get your payoff, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
too old for that now.
Yeah, you may sit around. I mean, and like I said, I was just in a rut. Like, I was so busy taking care of everybody else that I wasn't pointing to myself and allowing myself to maximize everything that I could, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm out of that now. Now, just...
Yeah. She started writing more. She started really tapping into her creativity. You know, and I really started pushing and encouraging her to do more of it. Taking workshops, classes, put yourself out there.
And it also feels good to be with somebody who's not threatened by the things you want to do. Like, she's not threatened by, you know, when I have to be out all day, if I'm on set all day. Like, that just goes back to communication and trust as well. So if I'm gone 15 hours or whatever...
Because for a long period of time, you was gone like most of the weekend.
Yeah, for a long, because I was getting my writing and stuff together, and I was, you know, I had a mentor. I was doing all kind of stuff. So, but that required her to trust me that I'm truly doing what I say that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, that's just the overview, you guys, of our relationship. I'm sure you guys may have questions about our relationship. Please feel free to ask. Maybe Keela will come back and do a Q&A possibly. Are you open to that? Okay, guys. Y'all know she ain't gonna be on the channel all the time, but she may come back 1 or 2 more times. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Is there anything else you want to add before we go? Or are you good?
Thank you guys for embracing Rhonda. She's such an amazing person, and I just really appreciate all the love you guys have been giving her. And I hear so much about you guys daily. It's like y'all family, like y'all around the corner or something. Like, I'd be like, who are these people? Like she really be talking about y'all. So I appreciate y'all for embracing her and loving on her, because she's such an awesome person. And
thank you.
Y'all know she a sweet soul, so I just appreciate y'all taking good care of her and not, you know, internet bashing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my GPs is real. It's really good out here in these streets. So thank you so much for coming on the channel. I appreciate it. She'll be back. We'll do a Q&A. Ask any questions you want to ask. We thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
This is the finale of the series. There will probably be another series rolling out, you guys. I'm going to have to go ahead and think some things through. But until then, all I ask is that you be good to yourself. Peace.
Peace.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.